in the house.
That's right.
We have, what song are we playing right now?
Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Oh, wow. Dailen of Dailen Mall.
That's right.
And your title at the chamber is what?
I am actually the current chairwoman for Chamber South.
Wow, congratulations. We
Thank
have
you.
Brittnie, the executive director and president. She runs the whole ball of wax. Congratulations.
Right.
She's wearing red. Why are you wearing red today? Because there's always a reason.
Oh no.
What's the reasoning? It's just you're in the mood.
A lot of people have said that red's my color.
Red's
so
your
I
co-
went
every
with
color is your
That's
color.
right.
Oh, grand. I
Okay.
went with red today,
Okay,
but thank
so-
you for putting me on the
all right,
spot
so-
with that.
Yes, you're the executive director of the chamber,
Correct.
but you do a lot of volunteer work other than that. I know you're a zoo woman.
Yes.
I mean, every time I see you, you're taking a picture of at the zoo. Am I correct?
Correct. Yes.
So how do you fall in love with it? Is it the animals? It's the plants? It's the whole.
Oh, cool. It kind of goes way back. So a lot of people I think know this about me. It's not a secret, but I was born and raised in Trinidad, and I moved here when I was 14
because I
years-
went to the carnival in 1980 and 81. You didn't know that, did you?
wasn't even born
Yes.
then,
You
Grant.
know, back then they didn't have the airport was not a real airport. It was shorter and it was not a real airport. You didn't know that, did you?
I don't have a lot
Now
of
you
like
know-
Trinidadian history. So thank you for educating me and sorry,
Carnival
mom
is
and dad.
like Cayocho or Junk Canoe,
Yeah.
Or
Or
exactly.
like Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, but no.
but
There's nothing better in the world than the carnival in Trinidad.
Really? Something to have. We'll have to see after, right?
So I have to
Hopefully
tell
next
you a
year.
quick story about Trinidad. So I went to Guyana. Now we're talking about something stupid. So I fell in love with this girl named Gail Duval, Duval. I fell in love with her. I met her there. I went to Guyana, came back, boop, boop. So she ends up moving to Miami years later. Only one problem. She brought her husband. So,
Oh no.
but that's a true story. All right. So you love
Born and
this-
raised in Trinidad, moved here, and when we moved here, my parents said, "You got to get involved. You got to volunteer. It's going to help you assimilate well." So
You
they
grew up
gave
in
me-
Miami?
I grew up in Miami.
What high school did you go to?
Miami Killian.
Okay.
Yes. So grew up in Miami, went to Miami Killian, and they wanted me to volunteer somewhere. You know, giving back to the community is a huge part of our lives. So they gave me two choices: a nursing home or the zoo. 14 years old, I picked the zoo.
Smart move.
And I volunteered for over 1,000 hours at Zoo Miami throughout the course of my high school career. Fell in love with the organization, fell in love with the animals, really got to understand their mission of it's not just a zoo and it's not just an attraction, but it's about conservation, education, and making sure that we preserve these species for the long run. And
People are really think the zoos are bad for the animals. Zoos are now saving animals their lives and moving forward. So especially Zoo Miami.
so yes,
Talk
and
about that a
I
little
cannot talk about every zoo. And I first and foremost, I will say that there are certain zoos that should be shut down and should not exist. And you do have those roadside zoos and those roadside attractions. And I'm not an advocate for all zoos. I am a strong advocate for Zoo Miami because I completely understand what it is that they do and how they go about their mission of education and conservation. They are more than just an attraction. Every exhibit that's built, there's a portion of the funds that goes directly towards conservation. I mean, the Ron McGill Endowment Fund, Ron McGill is a huge supporter of conservation and set up an endowment fund to help support that effort. So again, they're more than just an attraction. The amount of children that they educate annually in Miami-Dade County is astonishing. And if it weren't for Zoo Miami, a lot of kids would not have the opportunity to see some of these animals in real life. So that's hugely important. I'm a strong advocate for Zoo Miami, got involved when I graduated college and I moved back to Miami.
What college?
University of Central Florida. Go Knights. So I moved back to Miami and got involved at Zoo Miami. I chaired the young professionals group for 2 years.
You're still that age, right? Young professionals.
Yeah. Chair the young professional groups for 2 years. I'm easing out of that one a little bit. That's called Wild Bunch, and we can talk about that in a bit. But now I'm currently on their board of directors, so very
Wow,
much involved.
Big dog.
Very, very strong advocate. They have a very special place in my heart. So
The zoo does a great job,
they do an amazing job.
especially Zoo Miami. So let's talk about your passion.
My
Other
passion.
than she is a mom of a baseball player at Columbus High School. That's very hard to do. He's number 20. He's a
That's right.
pitcher. He's on the freshman. Do they have games tomorrow?
They have a scrimmage tomorrow, so
Scrimmage.
we're going to start. But yes, I'm very excited about that, and I'm very proud of him.
And the education, is it school?
Excellent.
School is in in, right?
So school is in, out. They're doing a phasing in during after COVID, and he's been in school a couple days a week. So now we're at 3 days at
And
school, 2 days at
who's
home, and
his
then
advisor?
they switch.
Do you know who his advisor is?
I can't tell you right now off the top
You
of my
need
head.
to find out. 'cause
I will
we're-
find out.
You
I
find
will.
out. I'm going to do a background check to make sure that your son's doing a good job because I have connection there.
He's doing a great
Ho-
job.
ho-
He's
ho-
maintaining
if-
his schooling. Yes, he is.
Hopefully, if he has Dr. Carter Burris,
I think that is his as actually. Now that I recall.
you sure?
Yes.
You want me to call and find out about your
you,
son?
You can absolutely call
Okay.
him, but I know he's doing a
Carter
good job.
Burris is kind of a freak. He's 77 years old and he benches 225 pounds
Wow.
5 times. Yeah, he's
You're
been on
giving
our
me some
show. I've
inside
been friends
information.
Just keep that in mind. And he has a
Okay,
paddle
very
over
good
his door
information.
that's really
Wow.
big that kids don't know if he's going to use it or not. So he's
Hmm.
pretty intimidating.
So he has to behave. Adrian has to behave, is what you're
Yeah,
telling me.
absolutely.
Okay, I got
All right.
that.
So how many baseball games a year was your son playing? Did you go to every game?
I tried to go to every game. My husband absolutely went to every game. Sometimes I had to work, so it was a little bit difficult.
Oh, that's
but,
a shame.
yeah, but he definitely had we had probably games every single or every other weekend. We had tournaments, and we've been doing this with him since he was 3. He loves it, and we love it because it gives me a chance to just kind of sit and be a spectator and cheer him on. So
And you made a lot of friends.
made a lot of friends for many years. Actually, some of the children who he played with when he was younger in T-ball are now part of his class in Columbus and part of the team. So
That's
that's
pretty
really
exciting.
exciting to see because it's really a community. I mean, Miami's a big community, but we're really a small city. And that's what you
And
see
that's
is very
Everybody
grateful
said
for that.
Miami's 2.5 million. No, it's 50,000 people, and everybody's related to somebody.
That's right. And everybody knows somebody.
Yeah, in
Yes.
Columbus, it's third generation people that go there. All right, so what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? Well, I am first and foremost a mom of 2 and a
Well,
wife.
who's the other one? I didn't know. I had,
My daughter Daniela is actually right now a freshman at FSU as well.
wow.
So I had a
Get
big
that
year.
FS music on a little bit for us.
I had a big year this year. Moved her in August. Yeah.
She went away.
She went away. Yeah, we had
Wait,
made
hold on.
a family
Excuse me.
decision that
Excuse me.
she went away.
What are your grandparents? What nationality are they?
They're Cuban.
And you allowed your child to leave the nest? Were you allowed to?
No, actually. No, we learned. So I said, you need to go where you want to go. And she got accepted and
And she loves it.
we made a decision. She loves it and having a great
is
time.
it in class up there, or is she just?
Mostly virtual.
but
Mostly
she's
virtual.
hanging out. Do they have
She
to be in
loves it.
dorms?
She's in Southgate, which is an apartment building right across the street from the.
Are they're
the
still
campus.
virtual now?
It's still virtual. Yeah,
It's-
they're doing about 25% of the students, which are mostly the upperclassmen that are going to school. But she loves it. There you go.
That's your song, isn't it? No, it is.
Now it is. Now it's
Where
definitely.
did you go
my
to
song.
school?
I actually went to FIU.
Yeah, see, okay.
Yeah.
So you broke the chain.
I broke the chain, but
What element?
that was what you wanted to be.
High school did you go to?
I went to Southwest Senior High.
Wow, the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles. Go Eagles.
Okay,
absolutely.
so let's talk about Dailen because I grew
Dailen.
up with Dailen. I went to Dailen when it was open.
Yes. Built in 1962.
The centerpiece, if it rained, it pointed this way. The youth fair, I don't know if you know, was at there.
I do know.
Most people don't know that the youth fair was there for a
I
short
didn't
period of
know
time.
that.
And the
Yeah.
Boy Scouts, I don't know if it's a Boy Scouts, I'm not sure, but there used to be a little golf carts, not golf carts, but little race cars on the west side with the big tower. There was a track there.
The Big D.
Yeah, the big D that's been there. So Dayland is,
Yeah.
it's
We're
my
a staple
home.
in the community.
What?
Absolutely. We are a staple in the community. It always has been and will continue to
Yes, and you have 2 new restaurants opening. No, one just opened.
be. One just opened. Ceviche 105 opened in November and doing very well. They have beautiful outdoor patio seating, which is great because I think that's what most of our consumers are looking for. And we have North Italia, which will be opening hopefully at the end of March. They're right on track, look beautiful as well.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
when you pull into Dayland, the lights from those 2 stores open, and you have something else that's opening. It's very exciting.
Yes.
Dayland Marriott's not happy about it, but what do you have in your backyard?
We have a new AC hotel opening also at the beginning of second quarter towards the back of the Macy's home store.
Yeah, I met that. I spoke to the marketing girl.
Maria.
She's a local.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She's a local.
Yeah, so she's trying to figure it out, and it's going to be an interesting market.
That's right.
Competition's very healthy, so
It is.
and we need hotels in that area.
We do need hotels.
And
There's a lot of market
The
for
Greater
that.
Miami Convention Bureau, maybe they'll realize that South Day they don't know where Dayland is. They think that South Dade starts at Dayland.
Oh,
You know,
they do.
yeah,
They do.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
good
look at
supporters
her
of the
trying to
center.
protect her people.
They're good supporters of the center. I think
They
there's a
will.
lot of talent in South Dade, and
Yes, and
that's really what
I think
we
we
do
need
with
more
Chamber South.
hotels because people will stay down here. I say down here because people north of Flagler have no idea.
That's right.
Is that more people will stay here. They'll shop at Dayland. That's why your hotel walks right in. There's a walkway, right?
There is a direct walkway into the Macy's.
Yeah, so
store.
more people will
Yes.
stay in Dayland area then they'll go to the Everglades. You know, Dayland let's use that, is in between two national parks. And
That's
most
right.
people don't realize we live in two national parks between the Everglades and Biscayne. So let's talk about Chamber South. Let's talk.
I do have to talk about the GMCBB because I do think that they're great partners of ours,
I
Grant.
know, but if I don't, you don't realize that if you don't, you're their partners, but you have to remind them.
Right.
8 years ago, the Beacon Council was never south of Kendall Drive. Until
I think
Frank Nero and I got in a spinning match, and then he got fired 6 months later, saying we are part of Dade County. We are the biggest tax people in Dade County. From Dayland South, there's more residents here than anywhere else. So we have to make sure the
GMCVB.
Let them know that.
And they did. And I really do have to give credit where credit's due because they collaborated with our local county commissioners.
Great, they got her sparked up.
Right.
My people. And that's part of it.
No, because we do. And I agree. I think in the past, South Dade has been overlooked a lot. But in recent years, and I'm talking maybe like the last 8 years,
they've been working very hard.
So the GMCBB, in collaboration with commissioners of District 8 and District 9, created this working group, and they met over the course of 3 years, and they created this strategy and this plan, South Dade More to Explore. And it got all of the attractions and all of the businesses and all of the vested interests in the South Dade community to come together and say, how do we promote this region? What do we target? And how do we get the word out there that there is an entire overlooked area of Miami-Dade County? So we came up with the South Dade More to Explore. I actually worked on this initiative when I was at the Deering Estate, believe it or not. They were one of the attractions that was involved.
It is. And when you say 8 years, it's the Greater Miami Convention Bureau has worked diligently in the last couple of years. And it's because there's a push. Remember, you and I, we don't count us in South Dade. South Dade us is farther south, but the rest of the world, this is another world. So,
it is.
The Greater Miami Convention has worked on things in South Dade to do, and there's more things to do down here than anywhere else. Where can you go that you could be in the Everglades in 25 minutes?
Exactly.
And then the weddings.
The wedding destination, or not destination weddings, but the wedding venues in South Dade, especially in the Redland, that's huge. And so it goes back to show that the collaboration between all of our entities and all of our partners is incredibly important. We collaborate greatly with the South Dade Chamber of Commerce because Chamber South, we represent not just South Miami, but South Miami, Pinecrest, Pomona Bay, Cutler Bay, and Kendall.
People think.
Exactly.
Chamber South, they think South Miami. Well, no, you go from
South Miami all the way to
even
Cutler
a little
Bay.
Farther South Miami, north, all the way down to Cutler Bay.
All the way down to Cutler Bay. So we're Greater South Dade is what our official name is, the Greater South. It's a long name, but it starts with Greater South Dade.
Shortened it.
Yeah, we did. We DBA Chamber South, but the official name of our organization is the Greater South Dade, a whole bunch of other stuff, Chamber of Commerce. And that's really important that we represent Greater South Dade and that we make sure that we have constant communication and collaboration and partnerships with our South Dade counterparts.
It's been in the last couple of years. It's important. Dayland was the center of South Dade 25 years ago.
That's right.
And now it's grown.
It definitely has.
First then they had Dayland Marriott, and then they built Courtyard, and then they have another hotel, the more hotels, and now they have the Baptist built that Hilton. I say Baptist built it, whoever built it.
Whoever built it.
Whoever built it.
Somebody built it.
Yeah, we have the number 1 cancer place in our community.
Absolutely.
On the Baptist campus. So South Dade is growing. And I say South Dade, I mean, this is what we're counted as South Dade.
88th Street and
it is
further.
It is easy for people to think Dade County, South Beach. Well, more people want to be in the Everglades. More people want to be in the Keys. Remember, you're both born here, but before the Turnpike, you weren't born yet.
No, I wasn't born here, but okay.
Before you take US 1. And if you go down US 1 at 102nd Street, there used to be a petting zoo. Then 134th, 132nd west of the highway used to be a practice highlight place. 30th Street used to be 120th used to be the Serpentarium, the snakes. So tourists used to be up and down the highway. The Colonial Palms used to be a golf course. You didn't know that. So that was everybody drove down our area. But when the turnpike came, it took them west. So everything's changed. But thank goodness the Greater Miami Convention Bureau, the Beacon Council is concentrating in our backyard.
Yes.
You know, Palmetto Bay is in your back, is yours. Come on, Deering Bay, what the most prized thing in
Beautiful.
South Dade.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is just unbelievable. Jennifer, right?
Jennifer Tisthammer, she's
Jennifer
the director of
does
Deering
an
Estate.
unbelievable job.
Yeah, she's amazing.
That's her home. I mean, she says, this is my home, and it's a beautiful thing.
She's incredible.
Okay, so you got a couple hundred members, correct?
Yes, correct.
So what are they doing to get through this virus? And I call it a recession.
What are they doing? I think most businesses around the country, but I have to say that I'm very proud of the businesses in that are part of our membership. They were able to pivot very quickly with all of the new regulations that were being asked of them right when we reopened. So there was.
How long were you closed?
So
Dailen
Dadeland was closed for 2 months. During that time, we did a lot of work to make sure that when we reopened, we were safe. We've always been safe, but we were safe, had new protocols in place, had reduced seating throughout the center. We had some reminders, as everyone now sees around them, you know,
of course you're safe.
clings
you
everywhere.
Walk through Macy's, you got everybody squirting cologne at you, of course. If
No longer
had
can
the
they sample
virus,
cologne.
I walked through there. I go, where am I?
You smell really
Bourbon
good
Street.
though. When you exit, you smell really good, and then you have a new perfume in your hand. So that's the intention.
Exactly.
So a lot of that, the
We laughed
sampling,
about that, but
the sampling has, been turned back. So they've changed their business. Not
Business
only our
plan.
retailers, but our restaurants. I mean, they put a lot of immediate investment back into their business, really not knowing what was going to lie ahead and what was going to lie in this year. So I commend them for that, because being a small business, not knowing where your next, paycheck or how you're going to pay your employees next time around is really difficult. But then you have to go and invest all this money with plexis, with, even PPE equipment for your staff, and making sure that your customers are still going to come in. So I think everyone was able to pivot very quickly in doing that. I know that our membership, one of the biggest challenges that I think every member has had is really staying connected to everyone else. And, now everybody's on Zoom, and we have these virtual
I think
Zoom
people
meetings.
zoomed out.
There's
Zoomed out.
definitely
So,
fatigue there.
Fatigue. That's a better word. They're fatigued.
Exactly. So we're getting creative as a chamber. That's our job, is to make sure that we continuously keep them connected and also provide resources that they may not have on their own. And that's really the key that I think that Chamber South brings to the table, is if you're looking for a way to grow your business in the midst of this, because everyone has to stay focused.
It's
not over. It's going to be another tough year. You really need to stay connected. You really need to find resources. I mean, the first round of PPP funding, what they just came out, they rolled it out, and it's like pages and pages of things that if you're a small business, you may need someone to explain it to you.
Well, it's interesting.
We can help with that.
I was on a Zoom call with Marco Rubio in March or April. Not me and him, me and 400 other people. Me and Marco were just hanging out. We're having a
We're just hanging out, having a
in West
conversation.
Miami. No. And I said to him, this is not fair, because the small mom and pop shop on Coral Way and 57th, because at 8th Street, I said 8th Street and 50. He lives in West Miami. So I drew it to his, those little mom and pops, it's mother, father, aunt who doesn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do we have to help them as much as all of us. The big companies that are applying for millions and millions, they hire staff. So you guys are providing anybody who belongs to the chamber, help them how to do it.
And not just anyone that belongs to the chamber. So going back to what Dailen first said, we're talking about when the pandemic hit and everyone closed and there was this massive shutdown. We never stopped. We never closed. And I think back in April or May, everyone's like, oh, we're open. We're, back in business. Well, we were continuously working the entire time, the chamber. When we have periods where there's, pandemics or natural disasters or any kind of uncertainty in our community, that's when we have to step up to the plate and make sure that we provide resources to our businesses. So we never closed our doors. We never stopped working. We scrambled to put together resources and information for our community, not our members, for our community. And so we made sure to have our local elected officials on the phone. We had, representatives from the SBA to explain PPP funding. We had banks to do webinars, making sure that our small businesses,
You educated them.
we educated them. We gave them that's our job. Our job is to provide information and resources to the community. It's one of our jobs, to provide information and resources to the community. And that's what we did. We made sure that in that moment, they had the tools necessary to be able to face this unknown.
Here's something. If you give me a mic and a TV, I have a face for radio. So here's the things that irritate me. All of a sudden, the big boys go, we have to help the small businesses. Hey, big boys, Chamber's been doing it forever, and now you're going to step up. It really irritates me. The chambers and business organizations, they help small business. We're the land of small businesses. And all of a sudden, these big corporations, I won't get into it, Beacon Council, I won't say who it is. They all say, we're going to help small businesses. But that's what you guys do.
Right. And so
not today, not tomorrow. You've been doing it forever, helping the small merchants. And it's great because people go, wow, you guys do that all the time.
Yeah. And so Chamber South, our tagline is, we are the small business champion. And you're right.
Ooh, I like that.
That you didn't know that?
I don't.
Oh, it's on the logo. So we're the small business champion. So that's really what we do. And going back to not just Chamber South, but chambers in general. So Mark Trowbridge, who you had on earlier, he is the chair. He's actually the co-chair of the Miami-Dade County Coalition of Chambers. So all of the chambers in Miami-Dade County, which there are, I think, about a dozen, came together under this umbrella. How can we collaboratively work together? Because we're not competitors. We are partners. We're all providing the same thing. We want to make sure that our economy, our Miami-Dade economy, flourishes and thrives. So how can we work together? And again, what I think that this pandemic has done and what COVID's done, it's really increased collaboration. There's less competition.
I think
more collaboration.
More teamwork.
Correct. Absolutely. So as a coalition of chambers before, March of 2020, we maybe met 4 times a year.
And nobody paid attention.
And we really were just kind of more focused on our own initiatives and our own, how can we help ourselves and our organization grow? And starting with when the shutdown started back in March.
Who's the chairman
of
the chamber group?
The Coalition of Chambers. It's co-chaired by Mark Trowbridge and Steve Adkins. So Mark is with the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce and Steve is with the Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. And they co-chair the group and they kind of bring us all together and coordinate the meetings and coordinate the agenda items.
It's great because, we belong to a lot of business organization chambers and you hear it, the same message. That's exciting because, I belong to the Aventura Marketing Council. Who's Mrs. Dynamite, Elaine
Adler. She's incredible.
She's just a beast. But the same message that she's saying, I hear your message. So we're all on the same page that we have to help each other. We have to help small businesses. We have to, some restaurants I know that were almost closed down. People were buying gift cards, hundreds and thousands of dollars of gift cards, so they would have cash to get through this virus. Just because businesses are good now, for the last 8 months, they've been dying. As you would know in your mall, some businesses, they're booming now. Well, last 8 months, they couldn't pay rent. I'm not saying they paid or not paid. But I used to go to Cheesecake Factory too much. I just want you to know.
You could still do curbside with cheesecake if you don't want to go in.
I know, and it's terrible because I gained 10 pounds. COVID-19 was not for 19 pounds.
Well, they have other options on their menu, Grant. You can go and explore.
There's nothing better than their chicken sliders.
That's the best part. I agree.
And a cheesecake, 1,500 calories. I get the one 1,500 calories, not the one that's 2,500 calories.
That's right.
I keep my diet down.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've seen it in our businesses too. And that's really what Chamber does, is connects large and small and all types of businesses. And within Dailen, we have small businesses because there are some small business owners in our
the
center.
Middle.
Exactly. Everywhere throughout the center. And we have our larger businesses. But I think it's all about community. If you're attending a store, if you're going to a restaurant and you're eating there, that employs people within our community. So I think it's really important to remember as we go that, you're giving back and you're just making sure that everything just keeps running smoothly, understanding that everybody has challenges, whatever challenges they're facing. But I think we're all in this together, and that's really the message.
And to Dailen's point about what you just said about Dailen and small businesses, she instituted this really amazing concept that I'm going to let her talk about your style market. I don't know what you want to call it.
The artisan market.
Artisan market. I was going to say style market.
Artisan market. So it's one thing that we've, we get very creative. And I think that during times like these, you need to be creative and you need to be willing to try new things and be a little bit flexible. So we did start the artisan and farmers market on the east side of the center, and it's only on weekends. So it's on east side. So
I thought it was on the south side.
Well, we say East Weston Mall. It's towards the JCPenney side of the center. We're doing an artisan market on the weekend.
When did that start?
We started.
We had a farmer's market on the.
We had a farmer's market on the exterior,
in the mall.
and then now we moved it inside. So it's on the weekends,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday and Sunday. It starts back up in February, and we really have local produce growers. We have different uses that are in the center. They're coming out, and it just gives you something fun to do on the weekends when you want to walk the center and explore other options.
I know some people, Dailen Mall, since the virus, has more walkers on that outside. It's like a track. Do you know how far the walk is? I know that you don't promote it.
It's about a mile. I want to say a mile, 1.2. I want to say.
That's my cut through. I go through the mall around, so I don't go on US1. Sometimes at 7 o'clock, there's 20, 30 people walking. And I don't
have a lot.
Athletes. I mean, grannies, grandfathers.
Neighborhood. I mean, listen, a shopping mall like Dailen is a very large center. We're one of the most successful in the country, thankfully. But we really are a part of the community. That's right. We're part of the community, and we have our mall walkers program that we right now is a little bit slower, obviously, because of COVID. But we had about 150 pre-COVID people that would join inside. It was through Baptist Hospital. They would come inside. They would do their classes, Baptist Health, and it was great. I mean, it's a social activity for them to do pre-COVID, where they were able to connect with their friends and get healthy. And what we're seeing now is that people are still utilizing areas of this program to just kind of connect, because that's one of the things that we lost is connections with other people.
One thing it's Christmas, holidays past.
Right. I mean,
people
it's
are buying a lot of
activity for them to do.
Internet, and we promoted. If you're going to go on internet, great, but buy from a local vendor.
Shop local.
Shop local. We, our motto, as you've seen a few of our videos: buy local, shop local.
I love
Grown
that.
Here, buy here.
That's right.
So
buy online, pick up in store, which has been a huge program that most of our retailers already had, and it's only gotten stronger after COVID. So a lot of the programs that we're seeing right now were already in existence. COVID just kind of facilitated it and made it go a little bit quicker. So we have that, and we have curbside too.
Okay, let's get back my ADD. Let's talk about Chamber South. Because we're exactly how many years it's been around in the mission statement again.
Oh my God, I think it's almost 90.
Yeah.
We're either at like 89. I think we're at 90. If we count the last year, which a lot of people were up in the air. If we count the last year.
I don't know.
So we're at like 89 or 90. So it's been around for a very long time. We're one of the oldest chambers in Miami-Dade County for sure. So wait, sorry, age and what? What was your second question? I think it
Are you related to me?
I think it transferred.
Are you related to me? Okay. Talk about the chamber, because we've been talking bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to start doing meetings outside? Are you going to? We talked about the PPP. What is the benefit of being part of the chamber? I know the benefit right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I was joining the chamber, I was a new person. You would give me support on issues. Correct. So we serve three different, like if you want to put pillars, we serve three different pillars. So we do business to business, just your traditional networking, do business with your neighbor, keep your money local, help promote our local economic growth and development here in Miami-Dade County. So there's a business to business side. There's a business to government side, because we definitely have that direct connection to our local leaders and to our elected officials, where you can get resources and information and answers on the things that affect your business. Case in point with that, next week, we are hosting a Lunch with Leaders event. We have impressive.
Our 3 brand new commissioners for our South Dade region.
Who is that?
So we have Commissioner for District 7, Commissioner Raquel Regalado.
Who is a beast. She is a beast. I love her. No, because she doesn't play politics.
She doesn't.
And you have to be very lucky, because the 3 people that represent South Dade, they're not playing politics. They're not playing Democrat, Republican. They care
They're
about
very
their
focused on the community and focused on the issues at hand. And we are extremely fortunate. So we have Commissioner Raquel Regalado, who represents District 7. We have Commissioner Danielle Cohen-Higgins, and she was appointed by the Board of County Commissioners, and she represents District 8.
She could have been appointed. She could have ran. She still was.
She was still going to get it. Yes.
They saved $1 million not doing the
on
election.
the election. And then we have no stranger to the South Dade community. He's been around for a while, Commissioner Keone McGee.
Born and raised South Dade, wrestler at South Dade High School. Did you know that?
District 9. I didn't know he was a wrestler.
Do I have to? We're gonna have to talk details.
Oh my
He
goodness.
has a great story.
I know his story. It is an amazing story, and I have a lot of respect for Keone McGee.
Yeah, he's quite interesting. Speak about him. There's a big push to get the rail. I'm not going to ask your opinion. I'm just doing an editorial if you're listening. All the way down to Homestead. There's billions of dollars to do the rail, not to do the rail. What we need is jobs. Period. When Homestead Air Force Base was working, people weren't coming up because there was plenty of jobs. We need the federal government to give that airport some commercials so we could have cargo going. Federal Express, UPS. Yeah. Amazon has job down for 300. We need more jobs in the south end, so less people be driving. But those three commissioners are going to figure it out.
So we have those. So
when is that thing?
So that's going to be next Tuesday, which is I think the 26th. Next Tuesday.
Whatever next Tuesday
is. It's a lunch with leaders event. So it's going to be at 12:30 and it's open to the public. It's virtual. It's via Zoom. It's open to everyone. Again, members, non-members, please feel free to attend. It is, it's a sunshine meeting. So it has been noticed, proper avenues and everything, but that's completely available and open to the public. So everyone can attend. So that's how the
questions, if we had questions, should we send them to you? Or
you can send them in advance, or you can, when we do our virtual meetings, we give everyone an opportunity to put questions in the chat, and then we make sure that we address all of the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we handle our Q&A.
Yeah, we opened the Zoom last week, right, Tommy? It wasn't smart. It didn't work out. So he just said some comment. Click. He's like not quick enough.
Oh
yeah,
no.
So we had to edit that. So congratulations on putting that together, because I think people need to know who these commissioners are and let them know that they're on top of stuff.
Of course.
When you're a county commissioner within a city, like if Daniela has Cutler Bay and Palmetto Bay, it's a little easier. But the rest of her district doesn't have the county. So they are the solution. Keon has none except for Homestead. So all these residents.
That's your first level of government.
Right.
In order to be able to, if you're living on an unincorporated Miami-Dade County, your local county commissioner is your first level of government to have whatever issue that you're facing dealt with.
Yeah.
And
so you're lucky to get them all in one shot.
Extremely important.
And then Raquel's going to do a great job because she serves your north end of your district. Correct.
Yeah.
So we're very South Dade is first time in a long time we got 3 fighters.
The collaboration and the unity, especially with those 3 commissioners, is incredible. And like I said, and I feel like I've just said this word a dozen times so far.
Say it again.
But collaboration is extremely important, and it's really just grown and flourished over the past 12 months, and I'm excited.
So do you know any new members that just joined? You got any new members that just joined the chamber this week?
Not this week.
Okay, so each week you're going to come on. You're going to mention them. Yeah. You're going to mention the trustees. You're going to do a weekly show. Hopefully, somehow we're going to figure it out.
Figure out how to do weekly.
Yeah, because it's important. You got Chamber South. It's an important part of Dade County.
It is,
and our voice is being heard. The first time in a long time that South Dade has a strong voice through the elected officials and through the citizens of Dade County. So let's wrap it up. Got some quizzes to ask you.
Wait, you didn't let me finish my third pillar.
Oh, you
Grant.
I have one more pillar. Sorry.
Grant, I did.
I went to Palmetto. I did
business to business. I did business to government, and we're just confused about the third one.
Go ahead.
Business to business, business to government, business to community. If your Chamber of Commerce is not providing those 3 services to you, then they should be.
Come on over to Chamber South.
No, they should be, and that's what a chamber is supposed to be doing.
Aren't part of chambers
that don't understand what the services are. So business to community, making sure that our general community at large knows about our local businesses and the services that they provide, and making sure that, again, together, as collectively as a whole, we continue to promote local economic growth and development.
Right now, chambers are important. It's like a support group. And you get to talk, you can't go out your store and talk here or talk there, but on your chats and your Zoom meetings, you can hear other people, what they're doing. And some businesses are thriving. They never went down. Well, we're not all lucky like that. Your foot traffic was down a lot, right?
Not too much. We were lucky.
But you were closed for 2 months.
We were lucky. Yes, but we rebounded better than expected. I was surprised.
I know some restaurants that are dying. And I have some of my friends' restaurants that never been busier in their history.
Yeah.
Sales 20% over last year. Over last year. So everybody's different. We're all struggling through it. All right, quiz time.
Oh no.
You ready?
Oh
No.
gosh, I'm nervous.
Are you
I
ready?
haven't been nervous this entire time.
Okay.
And
Ready?
now I'm
Ready?
Let's see. Oh boy.
Your favorite hamburger place. Go. Name it quickly.
my favorite I don't eat hamburgers very often.
Go.
Favorite hamburger
I know you
place.
do.
Johnny Rockets.
There you go. Tacos.
Taco Craft.
Very good. See, we like promoting local restaurants.
Love
Go.
it. Cantina Katrina. I think you're gonna find a process with me.
Yes. Where do you eat fish? What restaurant? Go.
What do I eat? Golden Rule.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to say cheesecake for that. I
Okay.
know, completely
Golden
off.
Rule. That's a Cheesecake's national. Golden Rule. Husband and wife, family. Like,
Flores's
they're
family.
like four of them. You know, Walter and Pam
Walter
have
and Pam.
dated since middle school, junior high.
Mm.
We went to high school together.
They're
They
the
were smart.
sweetest.
They were smart. I was not in their classes. But an interesting thing about Golden Rule, they built the Cheeky Hut a couple years ago. It was okay. Now you can't get reservations. And then behind, they built more. So hats off to Golden Rule. Okay. Favorite hot dog place? Go.
Are better.
This woman, she's smart. She's
I don't think I've ever
Okay,
like bought
so,
a hot dog.
well,
Well,
okay.
I grew up very nearby.
I've heard
no
that I
Are
need to go
better
to
from
Arbetters.
Southwest.
Okay, here's the difference. Your son who goes to Columbus will be going to Arbetters.
Absolutely.
And he will,
Can I
you
come?
tell him there's a Grant Miller hot dog. You tell your son, order a Grant Miller hot dog. Okay.
Okay, got it.
How many
Okay.
of these do you have?
Pizza, your favorite pizza place. Go.
I go to Mitalia for pizza.
Where's
They're
that?
amazing. South Miami.
Okay, good.
I actually like Spree Pizza in South Miami.
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good too.
Here's a good one. Your favorite animal. Go.
Cheetah.
Of course.
Of
You had a
course.
picture of you at a cheetah at Deering Estate. A couple years-
Coda,
in the back
Coda,
room,
one
right?
of the ambassador
Go.
cheetahs. Yes.
Elephant.
Okay. I can't ask that question.
many
I
more
can't be a
things do you
politician.
have?
Can't do a politician.
No,
Not now.
don't do
No, no,
politician.
no. Your superhero as a kid.
Oh, right now, Thor.
As a kid. Oh,
Thor.
okay.
Well, right now it's Captain America, but as a kid, I mean, I was a Power Rangers girl.
Ah.
Are they superheroes?
I don't know.
Your
I'm
favorite
thinking
sushi
Avengers.
restaurant. Go.
Sushi Maki.
Aoki.
I hate to tell you. It's Sushi Maki! And they're a good member.
They
I'm a
are.
little
They're a
biased.
good member.
Your favorite football team. Go.
University of Central Florida Knights.
That's
Can I
good.
say my
You're-
college
they're-
football team?
That's good. Go.
Dolphins. I have to say
Okay.
Dolphins.
Birthdays. Go.
My birthday?
Yes.
That's a big secret, Grant.
Okay. Not your year.
No. The date
Anybody's
is
birthday. Name some people's birthdays.
some random person.
Yeah, anybody. Go.
Dailen, when's your
Oh,
birthday?
Forget it.
July
Go.
20th.
July 20th.
Okay. Your son's birthday.
October
Your
20th.
daughter's birthday.
June 11th.
Your husband.
October
Your
29th.
mother-in-law.
October 27th.
Your father-in-law.
November 13th.
Wow.
My goodness.
That was really
Your
hard.
favorite chicken place.
Oh.
Oh.
What are you looking at hers? You don't eat chicken.
Sports Grill. I love their
Who?
wings.
Which
Sports
one?
Grill wings.
I
Mm.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
okay, I'm going to talk about
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A in a second.
I want to steal
Sports-
her answer.
Sports Grill, outstanding local business. Chick-fil-A, they're local.
They
Which
are
one
local.
do
It's
you
a
own, the one in
local
Kendall?
owner. Well, the one in Daylen.
Mall.
Daylen.
It's a local
what's
owner.
What's the owner's name?
Justin.
Justin's
Lindsay.
opening one in Kendall.
I know.
I met him at a restaurant. He's the nicest guy.
He's the nicest guy. A great operator, too.
Okay, here are two more questions. Thanksgiving. What do you love about Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Go.
my goodness.
I don't know. Just spending time with family,
Go.
honestly.
Family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What was your favorite Christmas gift as a kid? Go.
A pink tutu.
How old were you? 20?
5.
25?
I was 5.
Go.
A Barbie boat.
Okay. Two more questions. Can't ask you all of them. Okay. Your New Year's resolution. Go.
Oh boy.
Mine was lose 5 pounds and I gained 6. Go. It's only been a month. What's your resolution?
Make more time for myself. Be a little bit more selfish.
Go.
Stay connected.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Last one. I don't have any more for you. I had ones, but you tell me the magic of the mix of the chamber. Words, not sentence. Give me 2 words.
Connection.
Another 2 words.
Oh, well. Okay. Connection and friends.
Family and
What?
warmth.
That's the chamber?
Yeah.
That's our chamber.
Absolutely. If you don't feel comfortable and feel like a family after a couple months, end it.
That's right.
Because That's what your chamber does, and all chambers. They want you to be part of a family, help the solution. We have a motto here: adapt, improvise, and overcome. Chambers in Dade County are working to make it a better place. Okay, are we all good, girls?
We are.
I believe
Thank
so.
you.
We're all going to look at that camera. Brittany.
Which one?
That far one?
Okay.
And I want you to say goodbye to everybody. Right there, the far one, way over there.
Wait, oh gosh. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one. Hi. There's
Bye,
like
everybody.
5. Bye.
See you.